Hello everyone, good day everyone. As you guys know that coroner inquest result is out. That is the latest update on this woman's case, and it seems that the case is dying down. But even though Very Dark Man is still investigating on the case and some other people, but I choose to, if I tell you guys that I did not take up to 2 to 3 days, I swear, up to 2 to 3 days to investigate, make some calls. I have to dig in deep with the interviews she granted differently, and some other interviews, the relatives, the friends, the driver, some other ones. I have, I really need to dig deep, because when they arrest you, they will say you have right to remain silent, and whatever you say can be used against you. I don't want to, use sentiment to judge someone, or how I feel to judge anybody. I decided to dig deep, use the woman's word, all of them, to use their word against them. Woman granted interview with TVC. But what some people might not notice is that that interview was released in 2 batches. The one she granted with group of women, that caption said, "The truth about my husband's death and music industry bullying is on the media." The second caption, with the lady who was wearing traditional outfit, said, "Mohbad death controversy. Wunmi, wife of deceased singer, reviews her side of the story." And in both interviews, she gave a hint in that interview, but I think nobody noticed it. Again, she granted interview with Arise TV. She even gave a hint why her father-in-law wanted a DNA test. But maybe some people might not notice that hint. But there's this thing again that got me, she said.
Even the day when they wanted to bury my husband, I got to know online.
This was how many days after he died?
That was like a few hours after his demise. Yes, I got to know me that they wanted to bury him.
She found out that they want to bury her husband through online hours after her husband died. I was like, how can that be possible? You were with the man when he died from the hospital. You people brought him back to the hospital, allegedly, according to what you even said, what Wunmi said. You people brought him back to the hospital. Now, according to what Mohbad's dad said, he said when he came, he already found Mohbad embalmed. So, is it not obvious that you were prepared to bury him? I am reasoning like, this guy died in the hospital. You guys, or whoever it may be, carried him from hospital. You didn't call the father, the mother, even the mother. You said you are so close with the mother. Even the father, you said he was or he is your best friend. You never called him. You people carried him back to the house, call the people that will embalm him, get him prepared, then call the dad. I don't understand it. So are you guys telling me that Mohbad's brother did not call his father? Does it mean that he never called his father to inform his father that, see, Dad, my brother just died? He never did that. And all of them gathered and took these guys home, then embalmed him before this man came in. Now, there's something that his friend mentioned. That his friend said, when that problem started after the show, he said Mohbad sent him to call his brother. And he went and called his brother. The brother ignored Mohbad, and Mohbad got upset. So Mohbad was saying, have you seen the kind of disrespect that my brother is giving me? That means this Mohbad's brother has been at loggerhead with Mohbad. He disrespected Mohbad from the beginning. So that means maybe both of them are not in good terms, or something sinister is going on between them, that the brother disrespected Mohbad before he died, and during the time he died, the brother never reacted or never even showed concern towards his brother who just died. Now, another thing also is the way they said they broke his neck.
And even it was such a rush that even the coffin was so small for him.
The coffin that he was the one that got the coffin, and the coffin was, my husband was 6'1", but the coffin was very, very small. That he had to break his head.
Oh my God, this is harrowing to listen to.
Who was there when they broke that neck? Yes, we agreed according to allegedly what they said, that the father bought the casket. Maybe he was not aware of the size, being that he was nervous, old, they told him to buy a casket. You don't know, maybe he doesn't have money enough to buy good one or the proper one. He just bought a casket, and they got there, they found out the casket was not, a good length, was not the correct casket. Instead of them to take it back, it doesn't mean that Mohbad's brother was not there to even alert or to even inform his father or to even show concern that this casket is not enough, or to show concern that this casket is not good enough for his brother. Who broke his neck? Who at that moment, I was like, who on this planet can break somebody who died, even if he's an animal? Who broke that neck? Who broke his neck to stuff him like a sardine in that casket? Who did that? Who was there? Who exactly? That person need to be mentioned. That person need to be brought to book. They need to ask questions. Who did that exactly? Now, let me make it clear to you guys, in case if you people are wondering where I'm going. Now, Mohbad's dad trusted Wunmi. From what Wunmi told us, she said this.
Most people don't even know that he was even the one that won't take this baby. I mean, my father-in-law. He was left to me and my husband. We were still young. Yeah. I got pregnant when I was 23 years. But most people do not even know that this same man fasted with me, my husband, and himself for 7 days.
You were pregnant?
We went to different places. He took me to mountains, churches. He gave me so many things to eat and drink.
Wow.
Do you understand how you can get pregnant?
When people started complaining about what happened, this man now realized that something happened before Mohbad died, and that is how they looked for a child. Now, Wunmi mentioned this about them looking for a child.
He was even the one that, he initiated this pregnancy, taking me to different places to have a baby, saying,
So it was actually...
He was, yes,
it just happened.
no, it was planned. We literally prayed for that baby. It's like a miracle. We literally prayed, we fasted with this same man. We fasted for 7 days with my husband. We did so many things just for this baby.
The interview she granted with Arise TV, Wunmi mentioned that it was Mohbad's dad who initiated this pregnancy. Second interview she granted with TVC, she also said that all of them fasted, prayed, that Mohbad's dad took her to so many places, mountains. She said, we went to different places, churches, mountains. She gave her concussions. Now, I am thinking, why would Mohbad's dad give her concussions to drink, or give them concussions to drink? Why would Mohbad's dad take them to different churches, different mountains, different places for them to seek for a child? That means these people has been having fertility problem, because right from the time, if you check out, she said that they met when she was 13. Probably, let's give it maybe before they started having relation, part of normal thing men and women do. Let's give or take 5 years after. From 17 years till like after 4-5 years, she never got pregnant. That means something was wrong. And because of that thing that was wrong, is it that from my findings, it might be that Mohbad had a fertility problem. Okay? It might be that Mohbad's father, allegedly, I'm saying read my words and read my tongues. I said it might be, it may be, maybe. I didn't say it's certain. It's not certain, but I'm just like decoding things. There is no way these people can start seeking for a child, going to mountains, going to places, drinking concussions, if they have already not had any medical proof that they cannot have a child. That means it's either Mohbad is having fertility problem. Certainly, Mohbad's father might know something, especially with his son. Maybe he knew that his son was having fertility problem and his son was not capable of impregnating women at that time. That is why he was taking them to different places for them to look for a child. Because she said they planned it, that this child is a miracle. How can a child be a miracle when it's certainly your first child and you guys are just barely 23, 24? So that means something was going on that Mohbad's father is aware of. And this man at this moment cannot just open up and say something like this because he felt ashamed or because his son is no longer alive, so he can't speak ill of the dead. So something is secretly hidden between this word that this girl said. Mohbad's father truly knew something. That's why his family demanded for a DNA test to be done. And there's something about Mohbad's dad. I think I don't know if he's been threatened or maybe maybe he's nervous or because of his age. Or let's take for instance the interview Mohbad's dad granted with VDM. VDM was trying to help Mohbad's dad to speak up. I understand that he's in pain, that he feels bad, but there's this question that VDM threw at him, and he could have helped VDM at that moment by backing him up. VDM asked him this question: I heard that Wumi's mother is a police officer. At that moment, Mohbad's dad could have said yes or no because VDM was heading somewhere. But Mohbad's dad did not answer that. He said, that's not, I don't know, that's not why I'm talking, that's not what I'm talking. I just want the justice for my... No. I think people really need to educate him that if he's withholding some certain informations, it's out of maybe because out of anger or out of maybe for any reasons, he should just release the information. Speak up. If Wumi's mother is a police officer, speak up. Maybe from there something can come up. If you know something, because you can't tell me you went there and saw your son at that moment, he was already embalmed, and maybe out of old age you reacted. Now you regretted their actions. You are retracing your actions. We all accept that. But now Wumi keep on saying that you were the person who initiated the pregnancy, that she was not ready before she got pregnant, that she was not ready. You gave her concussions. You took her many places. She's now even accusing you of so many things. She's accusing Mohbad's dad of so many things. She's now shifting away from how this Mohbad died, even though she mentioned that she was cooking when nurse came. And the other interview she granted with Atshudi, she said that Mohbad's brother was the person who cooked the last meal. So what I am really worried and bothered is Mohbad's brother. The way Mohbad's brother was inside her house, when they went to hospital, when they came back, when they embalmed him, and everything that went on there, Mohbad's brother never came out to cry for justice. I think his name is Adura or something. Based on what Wumi is saying, something was going on with their health when it comes to fertility before they gave birth to that child. Quote me anywhere, because that is what this lady is saying. That is why this man is firmly demanding for DNA test. I rest my case at this moment. See you guys next time.